Hello, I'm Katie Carney, and this is Katie's Stitching, and this is my Flosstube number 89, and it's the 24th of September. Where has September gone? And fall has officially started. It is cold. No, it's not cold. It's gloomy and it's damp here, but it's 60 degrees. I wouldn't call it cold today. Yesterday it felt cold. Today it just feels damp. Anyway, I hope that you're all well. I'm here to update you on what I've been working on. I wasn't a terribly prolific stitcher for the first little bit, but the last week I've been like a wild woman, which is great. Fall stitching is my favorite. So, one, it's hard for me not to start all the things, and two, it's hard for me to choose what to work on. But I have a pretty clear goal, so that's great. Everything is pretty status quo, knock on wood, in my life. My birthday's next month, so I'm going on an autumnal train ride with Mark. We go on one every year. This year we're going up into the Adirondacks. I cannot wait. It's a day trip. And then I do have the sweater weather retreat at the end of October, and that's in Philadelphia, over on the water. So I am very much looking forward to that. I'm going with Jen, and I am a little nervous because this is my first retreat, but I'm glad I'm not going alone. And I can't wait to meet her. That's really the reason I'm going. If she wasn't going, I certainly wouldn't be. But I am looking forward to it. I don't know. I can't imagine any of my viewers are going, but if you are, let me know. I think I'm going to have stickers made with my logo on it and my YouTube link at the bottom. Jen said a lot of people give out floss cards, but I like stickers. I like to put them on my cup, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I was on Vistaprint. They're not that expensive. And I think there's under 100 people going. I'll probably get like 120, and maybe I'll send some out to viewers at Christmas time if they're interested. I am determined to do Christmas cards this year. I haven't done them in the last several years, and I love to get them. And if I want to get them, I need to do them. So anyway, let's get to stitching. So I'm going to... I start my videos with a little bit of knitting that I do, and that used to be really no knitting at all, but that has changed since the AFib. I rediscovered knitting, which is fine. So I have two projects that I'm working on. Well, I have three, but one is in the knitting basket, and it's being put away. It's for either me or for a friend for Christmas. If I don't get it done, she won't be getting it. But it's not an emergency. So anyway, I don't remember if I showed you these or not, but I'm making socks for my brother for Christmas, and I finished the first one when I saw my friend Tara and I went to see the 7th and then the 7th part 2 of the Harry Potter movies in theater, and I knit in the movies, so I actually did this entire sock in 2 nights. So it's a worsted weight, so it's nice and thick. It's a self-striping from Knit Picks. This is a Cascade 220 at the top because I am still not entirely certain that one skein of the worsted weight Felici is going to be enough for a men's sock, but I'm hopeful. But I figured I would at least do the cuff in another color to try to help, and worst case scenario, if I'm almost out, I'll do the bottom, the toe. Burke doesn't care, in this color also. So here's Burke's first sock. I think I'm going to the movies this week with Fra to see a movie about a girl who goes to, I think, Oxford and studies Tolkien. And if we go see that, I will cast on the second sock and at least get the leg done. So knit socks in the movies are very, very easy, especially because you're not having to change colors, and there's not really any counting. So it's my brother's first sock. And then I was minding my own business on Instagram, That's always a problem for me. And either someone posted or it was a sponsored post and I fell for it. But there's a designer called Knitting Expat Designs, Mina Phillip. And I went on her website and I purchased several, and this was a free pattern. So this is the Uniquely Yours shawl. And I'm making this for my sister-in-law. So I'm using the white from my godson's baby blanket that I had left. And then this I got on clearance for $1.99 from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago. I got two, so I'm using one of them, but this is the one that I still have. I am not using this baby blue because it just felt a little too babyish for the rest of the colors. So pretend that's not there. We'll hold it out of frame. So those are the colors I'm using, and a white. And I started this, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I met a friend at Barnes & Noble on a Sunday. I am unclear if that was last week or the week before. It's a very easy pattern. It's just every other row you increase at the beginning and the end. So I'm on my second repeat. Hang on, let's fold it in half. I'm on my second repeat of the colors. So for me, because I don't have a lot of the white, I initially was doing quite a bit, and then I was like, So now I'm doing 6 rows of garter and then 12 or 14 rows of the main color. And I'm planning to repeat all the colors again, except for maybe the blue, because I don't know if I'll have enough, but I will probably use the blue until I run out. And then, or if I run out of the white first, that'll be the end. We'll see. But it grows every row, so it's one of those that each row takes longer and longer to do. I love the colors though. And then I ordered her a shawl pin that is a little wooden mouse. I got myself one too. So they're coming from Amazon, and that'll either be her birthday or her Christmas gift. Her birthday's right before Christmas, so I don't know which it'll be for. And then, so this was free, and then I kind of went crazy and ordered several more of her patterns because I really liked them. So I got these Huggle socks. My printer was almost out of ink, which has subsequently been renewed. Oh, this was free. This is an ombre sweater that I want to do. I have the yarn for that already. So that's the Huggle socks. This is empty paper. Jeez. So I got the Hogwarts Express cowl. This poor woman looks possessed, but that's really pretty. I love that. And then I got the Herbology socks, which I'm hoping to make for my friend Tara for her Christmas gift. And that might be it. And then my friend who I was meeting, yeah, that's it. My friend who I was meeting, I gave her one of the patterns and the yarn to complete it for her birthday gift. Now, I have a lot of Christmas knitting that I want to do, but I also joined a SAL, which on Facebook, with a knitter, like an earthy, very earthy, crunchy knitter from Oregon or something, and I ordered the yarn from her local yarn shop, and I wanted to do it in the colors she was doing, but she's a skinny little thing and your girl is fat. And so I called the store and I said I'd love to do it in her colors, and she's like, that would be $444. Luckily you don't have to pay sales tax in Pennsylvania, and that's with 20% off. And I was like, for a sweater? No thank you. So I went with a different color, the same color family, a different type of yarn. $450 for a sweater is insane. It still costs a lot of money to make a sweater. It's very expensive to make a sweater with good yarn. I usually buy Knit Picks yarn because it's much more affordable. but I wanted to support this woman's local yarn shop because she was giving 20% off to people who are doing the knit along. Apparently in Oregon, you have to pay sales tax on yarn, which is absurd. We don't pay sales tax on yarn in Pennsylvania because we don't pay sales tax on clothes, and you use yarn to make clothes. So anyway, the yarn is ordered. She didn't have anything in stock. That's the other thing about small yarn stores. They very rarely have enough of a color in stock to make anything bigger than like a size small sweater, which is fine, but she had to order me the yarn, and I think several other people. I think she did a big order. So I won't start that until that yarn comes in, and that pattern is called the Sunday sweater, and it is really pretty, and I'm excited to do it. And that will also be for me because apparently I have been a very selfish knitter. Now that we're 11 minutes in and you have seen all the things you don't care about, let's get to cross stitch. I'm sorry. I mean, this is my channel, so if I want to talk about my knitting, I hope you don't mind. This is what I do. So anyway, I have a finish, and if you have been with me for any length of time, you know that this is my Prairie Schooler Santa bag. So I have finished, finally, Prairie Schooler 1994 Santa. I love this one. I think it's great. And I am using the called for DMC and an 18 count oatmeal fiddler's cloth Ada. And here it is. I love it. Love the little birds, love the sunflowers. I've got the year that I stitched it and the year of the Santa here. I love it. So when I go to the sweater weather retreat, I'm going to bring my fourth for the year, and that's obviously 1995, and that is this one. So I might start that at some point in October. Lord, do I wish I had only paid $1 for this, but your girl got this on the secondhand market, and it was much more than $1. Might have only been a couple more dollars, but let me tell you, I spent a fortune on these Prairie Schoolers, and I'm still short a few. It's fine. This is fine. But listen, not next year, but the year after, I'll enter this millennium. Anyway. So that'll be the last one for 2023. This one's fine. Not my favorite, not my least favorite. It's cute though. So that will be the next one. And it's Prairie Schooler Santas are the perfect thing to travel with. They don't require a lot of brain power. It's a lot of fill-in. So I know what I'm bringing with me to stitch on. And I think probably my next video, I will have my bag packed and I'll show you everything that's in it. And then when I come home, I'll do another video and tell you all the things that I brought that I didn't need, because I know who I am as a person, and God forbid I run out. Okay, so my next project is Autumn House. I'm using the called for DMC for this. I think I had started this before my last video. It is by a Ukrainian designer, Maria Brovko. I do not have a Ukrainian accent, so don't ask me. It is absolutely gorgeous. I think I had showed you this because I think I told you about the great debacle with the fabric color. So here is where she is now. And what I wouldn't give to have started this piece, I don't know. We're just praying that we have enough. That's all we can do. There's somebody walking around outside in front of my house and they are setting my camera off. So here's where I am so far, and you'd be shocked at how long this took. There are so many color changes in this, but the effect is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I mean, look at it from far back. Come on. And this is before, I mean, look at all the back stitching that has to go in. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So obviously I've done here and here, and now I'm working my way up to finish the roof. My plan had been initially to just keep working on this, and then I remembered that I have other things to work on. I have a great many whips. I think I'm at 20 or 21. I got to get that under 20 before the end of the year. So then when I finished my Prairie Schooler Santa, oh, I'm sorry. So this is on a 18 count Bestitch Me Ada Through the Stone, and I would order another thing of this. I got this as a club, and the color's beautiful. There's just a hint of modeling in it, and it is a gorgeous blue gray. I love it, which is obviously why I've chosen to use it twice now. And like I said, called for a DMC. Love it. Would love to get back to it, but I'm actually going to go out of order and tell you what I'm working on now. So I picked up my oldest whip, which is Celtic Autumn by Marilyn Levitt in Bloom. And as you all, I'm sure, know by now, I am using the Little Cat color conversion, which is much more autumnal to me. And the last time you saw it, I had done a little bit, so all of my border is done. None of the beading is done. And then the coloring here is done. And then I did, instead of going like block by block, I did all the gold of the skirt. So here's the colors. I'm using a 32 count natural linen and the called for DMC conversion. And I picked this up 2 Mondays ago. It'll be 2 weeks tomorrow, I think. Or a week and a half. I don't remember. So here's the whole thing. Whew. You know, when you're looking at it on the hoop, you're like, it's fine. Then you see it in real life, and you're like, wow, looks great. So I had like this done. And I have done all of this. The green, my goal is to finish this green today, and then all of this and some of this. My goal is to finish this skirt section before the end of the month. I think I can do it if I put a push on. And my goal is to finish this by Halloween completely. So I would hope by my birthday, which is the 16th, dead center of the month, to finish the actual stitching and then have 2 weeks to do the beading. Now, once the skirt is done, now I have this big section here to do still. That's pretty big. But then it's just the rest of the cape here and her sleeves and then hair and head. So I think it's doable. I think. Oh, it's getting done this year though. And now I have this vision of a frame, a mat in this green color, and a frame like that same color that I put Jesus in, that like not quite really dark, but somewhere in between medium and dark colored wood. That's what I want. So it is nice when you start to get close to the end and you can think about framing. So I will go back to this afternoon, although I am planning to spend some time working on Frost Christmas ornaments because I think I only have 6 done. And Christmas is coming. I do have another whip. So the small that I'm currently working on is a continuation of a project I started last year. It's the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And I did the first one I did was the Mysterious Halloween Town. That's this one. And I broke it up into 3, which I can show you. I'm using a 14 count Murky. And then last year I used the Anchor conversion. And this year I think I'm just using the DMC. So this is the bakery. I'm going to make these into pillows. My goal was to do it this weekend, but the weekend kind of got away from me, so next weekend. This is the little house. And then here's all the kids ready to cause mischief and mayhem. So now for this one, I started with the Ghost Rider's Shop. I'm again using that 14 count Murky. I will leave this bottom part off. And I just work on this during my lunch, so maybe 20, 25 minutes a day at the most. And that's where I am so far. These little pieces are full coverage, so they are definitely time consuming. It would appear that the Frosted Pumpkin does not speak to Pattern Keeper, because I did add it in. The pattern itself went in, but I couldn't like put the different colors in. So I am able to mark it off, but I can't like highlight the certain color I'm working on. So it like kind of works and kind of doesn't, and that's fine. So yeah, that is the Ghost Rider's Bookshop on 14 count Murky. And I have that in my bag that I got with this year's Frogworks box. I will probably bring whichever one I'm working on of this also with me to the retreat. How many projects do you bring to a retreat? I was thinking like maybe 4. Is that too many? I feel like I need options. So I don't know. Now let's talk about a little bit of haul, not much, like 2 things, and then plans. So my haul, last weekend I went to a yard sale and I got this adorable fall box for $1. Don't know what I'm going to keep in it, but I just thought it was so cute I had to get it. I wasn't initially going to get this because I got these 2 beautiful shaker boxes, hand painted, for $3. And the woman was an artist. She lives across the street from my friend. I got this card. She hand painted this. It's watercolor. And then she opened it up to show me that she also did that. So whoever gets this card, whenever I decide to send it, wait, I don't know where you write on this. Apparently, I thought it was a card, but it's not. Huh. I guess you would write your note here, but I think I'm probably just going to add a note, and whoever gets it can frame it, because it's so beautiful. It should be displayed, since this is original. She didn't copy this. She painted that. And then I actually ordered a card, a Christmas themed card for that wedding I'm going to in December the 23rd, that I have the project started for. And then my birthday's coming, as I said 3 times in this video, and I am going to start a new project, and I'm going to start the Modern Folk Embroidery, the Namery tapestry. This is that Lord of the Rings. Sorry about the color again. And I hand dyed several different pieces of fabric, if you remember correctly, but I hand dyed this green, and I'm going to start it on my birthday with DMC 01, which is a beautiful gray color that I think will just pop right off of there. I'm very excited to start. So that will be my birthday start. And then I have one more not really planned start. We'll see if I start it or not. And then other than that, it's just working on whips for the rest of the year. No more starts. I was so good for the first 6 months of the year, and then I don't know what happened. We'll see what happens at my end of the year whip parade. I really didn't want to have over 20 projects. I really would like to have about a dozen, but I just can't seem to get down to that. There are too many beautiful things that I want to stitch. So I'm gonna finish Celtic Autumn this year. I'm hoping to finish Coming to America this year. and I'm hoping to finish Christmas Spirit early next year. I don't suffer under any delusions that I'll finish that by Christmas. The lavender and lace pieces are just so stitch heavy. So anyway, I hope that you're all well. I hope that you enjoyed this. It was good to get to hang out with you in my autumnal themed room. Thank you so much for being with me, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. Stay safe. Bye.